most of the Colorado River Basin sits on marine shale. And so it's a marine deposit that is highly mineralized with soluble minerals, various sorts of salts. So you have this natural source. In fact, the springs to the west of us near Glenwood are the largest single source of salt in the river. And another important source is in the Gunnison Basin, and particularly in a sub-basin in the Gunnison, which is the Uncompahgre.
Remember that something like 80 to 90% of all water on the river, from the river that's taken out, is used to grow crops. And some of that dating back to rights that are 60, 70, 80 years old. The water's been used to grow crops in those regions for a long time.
The second largest source of salts is agriculture. The Uncompahgre in the Gunnison Basin, the Grand Valley in the main stem, the Big Sandy, which is a basin which is part of the Green River system. All of those irrigation systems leach those salts from the underlying shale into the river. The other human sources, cities and industries, are relatively modest.
The cities are much newer developments in this region, and as they grow, they have to find a water source to support their population. And at first, they just put another straw in the river and pulled some more water out. But in the lower basin in particular, there's no more water legally for them to take out of the river. Trying to find more water, one of the sources that they've found they think is the Yuma desalting plant. And so even though it's going to cost something like $500 an acre foot just to treat the water there, which makes it considerably more expensive really than any other source of water for the cities, they still, because of sort of legal and institutional pressures, think that this is a good thing to try to start again. And unfortunately, what that means is that the flows that have been supporting this big wetland in Mexico, that's the biggest remaining wetland in the delta of the Colorado River, those flows are going to begin to disappear, running the plant at 1/3 of its total capacity will reduce flows into the wetland by about 30% and will increase salinity. Mexico started to complain about the increase in salinity of the water that they were getting, because all water on the Colorado River gets used and then returned to the river, the part of it that doesn't evaporate or get used by the crops in evapotranspiration gets returned to the river. If it's an area that's along the river, and then that water is used again downstream. Every drop is used over and over again.
The Salton Sea is there as a result of, or is maintained as a result of agriculture in the lower basin. I mean, it was created by a big mistake around the turn of the last century, where this diversion was blown out by a flood, and then this bowl, which is actually below sea level, was filled. And it was in a Salton area originally, and then that is magnified by the drainage from the big irrigation district in the lower basin called Imperial Valley. And that continues to feed the salt. And it's in an awkward place right now. It's more saline than the ocean, but it's not as saline as the Great Salt Lake. And in this in-between stage, it supports a number of species, particularly microorganisms, that are toxic to fish and toxic to birds.